rolled oat cookies with sultanas, dried blueberries and white chocolate chips. These biscuits are delicious. Hi, I'm Dan. I'm Dad in the kitchen. I have my oven preheating to 180 degrees and I have my ingredients weighed out. For this recipe you're going to need 250 grams of butter, 120 grams of white sugar, 180 grams of light brown sugar, 200 grams of white chocolate chips, 150 grams of sultanas, 75 grams of dried blueberries, 310 grams of rolled oats, 220 grams of flour, 2 eggs, 10 grams of cinnamon, 4 grams of cardamom, 5 grams of baking soda and 3 grams of salt and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which I forgot to show. Pop the butter into the bowl of your stand mixer, then place the sugars in with it. If you don't have a stand mixer and you just have a hand mixer, that'll work fine. Just make sure your butter's fairly soft and squeezable before you start. And if need be, you can do this by hand. You'll just burn off the calories you're going to consume. Probably the smarter way to do it. Attach your paddle attachment. And we'll just start by turning the mixer on low. I have increased the speed of the footage so we can get through this, because otherwise we'll go for an hour. And as you can see, all the ingredients are just dancing around the bowl, so if you turn it on flat out, they're just going to pop out over the top of the bowl and make a mess everywhere in your kitchen. As they start to cut through the butter and combine it with the sugar, you can see the stages that the sugar goes through, and eventually it all becomes light and fluffy. And as you can see, it's starting to get to there now. And all up, this process took me about 4.5 minutes with my mixer. And as you need to, just scrape the sides and bottom of the bowl, especially if you're doing this with a hand mixer, because it just likes to spray up the side of the bowl. So if you need to do it 3 or 4 times, so be it. You can get away with it once or twice, so be it. There's no right or wrong. You just need to get things mixed up properly. So now we'll just turn it on to a low speed, and it's about time to add the eggs. As I said, this whole process to now is about 4.5 minutes all up. So on the low speed we add the first egg, let that mix in thoroughly, so you don't want to saturate the fats with too much liquid, or otherwise it might split and go all curdly looking. And if that does happen, just add a little spoonful of flour. That'll bring it back together. It's not the end of the world. There we have the second egg in, and give that a thorough mix through. So now and then goes the missing vanilla. I seem to remember somebody else doing similar things in their videos. Now we'll sift together the dry ingredients. We've got the flour, baking powder, salt, cardamom and cinnamon. I like to use a whisk because this actually mixes the ingredients together as they're sifting through, which just helps to further combine and distribute the ingredients into the recipe. Now we'll place all the rolled oats all at once into the bowl and turn the mixer on to slow, because once again, if you turn this on too quick, they will just fly everywhere. As you can see, this is in real time. Really doesn't take a whole lot of time for it to mix through. Just before it's fully done, add in your dry ingredients. and then you can just want that to come to nearly all combined, because you don't want to overwork the mixture with the flour in it. And then you can add the blueberries and the sultanas. Here's the sultanas. And then we'll put in the white chocolate chips. These are the white chocolate chips that don't melt when you cook them, they hold their shape. You get a nice little sweet pocket of white chocolate inside your biscuit. Delicious. Okay, so we'll take the bowl and paddle off the mixer. And it's, as you can see, there's no pockets of dry ingredients in there. We'll scoop them out. I prefer to scoop the fresh dough and then chill the scoops. But if you want to chill your cookie dough before you scoop it, that's totally your preference too. I have an ice cream scoop that I use to do this. If you don't have one of those, don't rush out and buy one. Just use a couple of tablespoons or dessert spoons. Do the same thing. I place the scooped out portions of dough into the fridge for about an hour for the butter to set back up. Then I'll place 6 on the tray, which allows room for them to spread. And I pop them, I push the tops down lightly just to start the spreading process. And then these go into the 180 degree oven until they're cooked to your preferred level of doneness. I like them nice medium golden brown colour, which for me it took about 16 minutes for them to reach that colour. But if you like them a little bit darker, that's fine. Just keep your eye on them. And if you don't like them a little bit lighter, take them out a little bit earlier. Thanks for watching the video. If you like, please subscribe, share with friends, and hit the like button. I'm Dan in the kitchen. Thanks for watching.